It's Blokk Talk, y'all. Welcome back. Hope you subscribed. That way you got the bell to ding this new little episode being here. It's a new week, and me and TJ still here.
Yep, new week, new topics. We had all kind of feedback, all kind of random stuff from our last, episode, which we kind of knew would stir up the pot. And, y'all hear from the intro, we really don't care.
Shout out Tory Lanez.
We really don't care. We hear y'all, but we don't care how y'all view us, what y'all think of us. Because at the end of the day, none of y'all putting real money in my pocket right now. When this gets hot and all that shit, then I can say different. But right now, I don't care how y'all view it, what y'all think about it. We hear y'all personal point of view, comments, outlook on us as men or us with our mindset, and I'm glad you got them. Stay positive, continue your day, because I'm gonna do the same.
Opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got them,
and they stink.
Yeah.
Shout out to Blokk Talk.
Shout out Blokk Talk. First official shirt. Like I said, hoodies to come soon. While he got Blokk Talk, I got Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't nothing to fuck with out here.
Okay.
So, we did get one question. So, shout out to you for shooting us a question. If you want to shoot us a question or ask us to cover a topic, you can either DM us on Instagram, which is cementblock_productions, or leave a comment on the YouTube videos. I check them about twice a week just to see if we get any comments or anything like that. Yeah. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, all that jazz. But, Tommy was the one that got the question, so I'm going to let him go ahead and pose it, and then we'll just get into it from there, man. Go ahead.
All right. So the topic that was asked for us to speak on, from our point of view, is what is the most craziest zodiac sign that you've either been in a relationship with, nowadays your sneaky links, or whatever it is, your best friend,
your situationship,
it's complicated ship, whatever y'all call it. What was the most craziest, and I'm not just saying toxic, but just wow, that you like, man, I remember this person so much. And if you know about zodiac signs, a lot of people fall into what their zodiac sign says.
See, but okay, this is my view on zodiac signs, right? And I'm gonna be honest. The only reason I know about zodiac signs is because of two things. The first being that I realized at a very young age, women especially are very into zodiac signs. So I'm in high school, right? And I noticed if you know at least a little bit, like just enough, bro, where you can like know a little bit about a girl's zodiac sign, bro, she kind of likes that shit. But also in high school, you ain't really got a lot going on. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? So, I haven't used that type of game in a minute, so it might not still work. But I did used to use that, so I know a little bit about zodiac signs. And the second reason I know about zodiac signs is prison, because you ain't got nothing else to do, and the newspaper's only so long, and there's a horoscope section.
So honestly, that's how I kind of got into it.
Yeah.
Because, okay, I'm an Aries. I really didn't know too much about any zodiac signs. Yeah. Like, how you act, your personality, that ain't got nothing to do with your zodiac sign. Either you crazy or you fucked up. It's you, not a zodiac sign controlling this.
Yeah, listen, controversial topic number one already. Controversial point that I'm going to make. I think the zodiac signs were made up by women as an excuse to act crazy, bro. Because let's be real. How many times has a woman, because I heard this myself, which is going to get into the craziest zodiac sign I've ever been with. This girl told me one time, bro. She's like, and this is to me the most crazy zodiac sign. So sorry if you're a Scorpio, but you out your mind. So look, this girl's a Scorpio, right, bro? And she tries to tell me some dumb shit. Like, she's like, yeah, I'm a Scorpio. We're like super loyal. Well, she cheated, by the way. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about. She's like, yeah, we know him to be the most loyal and the most freaky. She was a dead fish. She just laid there. I'm like, this ain't freaky at all. But anyway, and I'm not saying that she's the typical Scorpio or whatever the fuck. But she also said, like, when she would get crazy and act wild, bro, she would literally be like, it's just because I'm a Scorpio, it's my personality. I'm like, what? In that case, look, by that logic, in that case, I don't have a job because I'm a Cancer, bro. We know him for not working. Like, the fuck, bro? You know how crazy it would be? Like, I don't think dudes can use a zodiac sign as an excuse for shitty behavior and shitty traits. Whereas if a woman says it, bro, a dude, especially if you want to fuck, you're like, girl, you right, Scorpio, right? You know what I'm saying?
Nah, like the Aquarius. Aquarius, that is mine.
What is that? January? Yeah, January.
Oh Lord! Not speaking of nothing current.
That's like late January, right?
Yeah,
like January, early February, Valentine's Day, baby.
Yeah, man, them Aquarius. Like I said, not speaking on nothing current, but I in my past dealt with some Aquarius that just pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah,
and it's not like. And I shout out to them because they speak their mind. They're bold in all kind of ways, shapes, and forms. But I hate a smart addict female. Like, especially when I'm mad, bitch, don't come to me with no smart ass comment. I ain't never hit a woman, but I'll be goddamn want to strangle you and be like, damn, what the fuck you gonna say something like that? And they know how to kind of
irk your nerves,
and then hide their emotion.
Yeah.
They're good at hiding their emotion. So you be like, oh, you really just don't give a fuck. But then you're gonna go home and cry.
See, I think that's more from trauma though, bro, because like my brother, I mean, he is an Aquarius, but this is the point I'm making here, right? To where it can be true and it can be false. Because I know my brother's an Aquarius, right? He's real solo dolo. Like he's very antisocial, like to himself, almost a hermit, to be honest. Like there'll be days we don't hear from him, bro. Like he's just locked up in his room, happy in a bitch to be by himself type shit. You know what I'm saying? But then again, on the other hand, right? I know, I used to know of a different zodiac sign, which, if I'm not mistaken, I think a Gemini. And she was Gemini, and she was the same way, bro. Like she hated, like don't get me wrong, she was very outgoing and she liked like being around people. But the thing was though, when like she was like at home, she didn't like texting, she didn't like talking. She just like wanted to be by herself doing her own shit. Like she couldn't be bothered with, and she didn't really like show her emotions. But also I think that's from trauma though, because again, bro, she was a very masculine woman to where she would hide her emotions and keep them to herself. But because she thought that like if she let that shit out, and we've had this conversation, that's why I'm not speaking out my ass.
Just make it like they vulnerable.
Yes, exactly. And she's like, that's the way to get hurt. And I'm like, well, I mean, you don't take the chance either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand you're not letting yourself be hurt, but you're not also letting yourself be loved fully either. Because let's be real,
you're not giving me a chance to understand what's going on because you're not talking.
Come here, I got all this out of her one time when she was drunk, and she like broke down crying about this shit. And again, it's just because we were together for a minute, bro. And it got to the point to where I was like, bro, no cap. I was like, sometimes I feel like you don't even give a fuck about me, like the way you just act type shit. And she's just like, then she just broke down, and she's like, I do love you. I love you so much. I just don't tell you because I'm afraid that I'm going to get hurt and this, that, and the third. And I'm like, now why you make me do this? Now I feel bad that you crying and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's, again, this goes back to me saying, this is why I think zodiac signs are bullshit, because you would not be surprised how many times I talk to, because let's be real. How many times does zodiac sign come up between two dudes talking? Not now.
Never.
Not now.
Never.
But let's be real. When you talk to females, sometimes it'll come up, especially in dating. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real, when they try to get to know you.
I was about to say that. It's always in that first stage.
Yes.
And even if she'll pop the question on, you'll ask, okay, so when's your birthday?
Yeah.
She'll be like, such and such. Okay, you won't say shit about a zodiac.
No.
The moment she said, when's your birthday?
And you tell
my birthday, April. You're Aries.
Yeah.
Huh?
But how many times have you hit this, right? Because I have gotten this, where they're like, oh, what's, like, the way they hear me talk. They're like, what's your zodiac sign? Now, listen, this is what I hit them with, because I finally got tired of it. I was like, I'm going to show them zodiac signs and bullshit. I'm like, do you believe in zodiac signs? And they're like, yeah, I do. I think that's real true. It lets you know a real person. What zodiac sign am I? I ain't never, not once, got guessed the right zodiac sign. I'm like, that's how I know it's bullshit. I've got Aries. I've got Leo. I've got all this other shit except mine. And I'm like, bro, does this not show you? Because then they guess. And I'm like, no, that's not it. And I was like, does that kind of show you that zodiac signs are bullshit?
See, I don't fall, like, with my zodiac sign, it is true to a point.
There are similarities, but again, I think that there are also generalizations of people to where it can be true for anybody.
Yeah, it can be true for anybody because, like, okay, go back to Aquarius. My little brother's an Aquarius.
Yeah.
Okay, he is quiet.
Yeah.
He, like, if he's out and about with family, then yeah, he can be turned up, he good. But the moment he separates himself from us like that, he's quiet. He's going to work, his kids, his girl. Like, I love my brother. I talk to him, but we'll go 2-3 days without talking.
Yeah.
And it's not, I know he's doing what he has to do.
Yeah.
He's providing for what he got to accomplish. So it's just like he's in that shelter.
Yeah.
He can sit at home and not worry about nothing.
Yeah.
You'll have to pop up on him to see, well, hey, how you doing? You good? Yeah, I'm good. Just been working.
Yeah.
And that's just, he enjoys that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, I can't date my own Zodiac.
Why would you limit yourself?
No, I'm not limiting because I date. I don't care. I don't care about your birthday. I mean, the Zodiac sign you are. But the one female I did date that was in my Zodiac, she treated the situation just like I treated the situation, and we knew it. Like, I cheated, she cheated, but we stayed together. And it was
that's never good.
And it was like, oh, well, and how I am is, if you fuck up, I'm not gonna punish you right then and there.
Yeah.
Like, especially in my relationship, I might not punish you right then and there, but trust and believe.
It's coming.
It's coming. Yeah. And when it does come, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
So she did the same thing. I cheated. She accepted it. She ran with it. She's like, I know you cheated. She told me, and like, I just found out all this recently. She's like, I know you cheated.
Yeah.
So I went out and just did me. Because we were trying to put a timeline together on certain stuff. And she was naming people that she was dating. And I'm like, hold on. We was together all these years. She's like, no, it couldn't be. I'm like, yeah, I was this age and I stopped talking to you at this age. You just named 5 niggas that was within that time frame. She's like,
yeah, that's not.
Oh, well, you cheated first. I'm like,
that's a terrible case of self-snitching.
Oh, that's crazy.
But again, I don't think that cheating is the same between men and women. Because again, bro, it's so easy for girls to cheat. That's why, though, I think that most men, let's be real, most men, when their girl is faithful and loyal, bro, we hold that shit up high. Because it's like, damn, bro, like, because the amount of dick that is being thrown at you, for you to just be like, no. Like, that's fucking hard. Whereas, like I said, it's hard for a dude to get a woman. Now, I'm going to be real with you. When I'm in a relationship, I'm a serial monogamist. But also, again, because it takes a lot for me to be in a relationship. So when I do find someone that I do want to be in a relationship with, I'm like, you the one. I'm like, this you, me type shit. And I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me.
I'm the same. Well, I can say now I'm the same way. Because previously, before my incarceration, it was a no-go. Mm-hmm. It was like, be with one girl.
Yeah.
Why? When I can go and flirt and mess around and have sex and do this and do that, why am I going to limit myself to one girl, even if she was doing good? And I had one that was great to me, went away, was great to me, and it was like, damn, I did kind of fuck that over in the past. And I was fucked up by it, but at the same time, I learned now that if I put myself in a relationship, then I'm willing to be loyal. Yeah. I'm willing to do what's needed to be the man of the relationship. Mm-hmm. And like I said, it's hard with me, because I don't talk about emotion. I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not the emotional.
You don't go like down through there.
I'm not gonna go down through there with a female. But if I find that female that I'm good with, then I'll open up about certain shit. I'll tell about certain shit. But at the same time, I'm still sheltered to a certain degree. And I'm like, I don't know.
Controversial point number 3 for Boogie here. And I don't really think it's that controversial, man. I mean, I know some women won't agree with it, but again, I think it's women that won't agree with it. I mean, that is soft, that's man, but we're not going to get back into that. And I don't think you should be vulnerable with your girl, bro. Because this is why. And I literally had women tell me this, right? Because you hear this shit about society, like, you should be vulnerable, you should be open to your girl.
It's okay to cry.
I was going through a tough time, right? And while I was going through all this tough time, I didn't realize I'm turning this girl off and making her not want to be with me. So then she broke up with me. So then it was like, that was the straw that came back. It was too much. I literally, like, tears start coming out of my eyes type shit. And she literally just flat out told me, she's like, this is the most unattractive shit I've ever seen. And this is why I'm breaking up with you. Because I can't fuck you anymore after this. Like, after seeing this, I can't fuck you. And now listen, y'all might think, oh, it's because of that girl. Nah, it's not even that, bro. And I really appreciate her telling me that. Because then I realized, I was like, what led up to this? And I realized, man, because, look, a woman's emotions are like the waves of an ocean. Let's be real. They're never calm. It's not like a lake. You know what I'm saying? A lake is like this table. Smooth. The shit don't never move. A woman's emotions are like a fucking ocean in a hurricane sometimes. Because let's be real. Whether on or off your period, you know what I mean? We're just going to go there. Your emotions vary from day to day. How many women have you known in your life? Even just going from family, bro. They're happy one day, they're pissed off the next day, they're fucking sad another day. It's like, god damn. So they look at you to be a fucking rock. You're supposed to be a lighthouse in this crazy storm. Yeah. So that way they know, like, listen, while I'm going fucking crazy, I'm going through all my shit, I know you're firm. Yeah. Yes, and I know that since you're firm, you can take care of everything, and you can take all the emotions I give you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can vent about how shitty my day was to you, babe, because I know you solid. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't tell your girl things, you know what I mean? But again, I've asked this question, you know what I'm saying? And I've done it before. And it's always the same answer. A lot of women want to think that they're different, where they're like, oh no, I totally be willing to check that. Because again, a lot of women like to be politically correct or say the PC thing. It's like, bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? It sounds nice to say, oh no, a dude could cry in front of me. I'm emotionally intelligent, made up ass word. But, you know, they're like, I can handle all your male emotional problems. No, you can't. Because, let's be real. Just like how we can never beat women and we won't understand all these emotions that they go through and how they affect them like that, they'll never know what it means to be a dude. To be born, because let's be real, every man is born with a 0. And you have to build this 0 up. You know what I'm saying? Through hard work, ambition, dedication. To be able to attract the opposite sex. It's called the male burden of performance. And women will never understand that. And we're not asking you to. And listen, I love having a burden of performance because, you know, pressure makes diamonds. And I'm trying to shine. So this is my thing, right? By learning that, I'm like, you know what? I need to be a rock. And I notice women find me more attractive for it. Because again, if you're complaining about your problems, being a crybaby ass nigga, bro, they don't like that shit. Even though outside to their friends, they'll be like, nah, I love an emotional man. No, you don't, bro. You want a dude that, again, because you're going to throw all your emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say we're two dudes. This is my thing, right? Because again, women are like, well, who are you going to vent to? I'm going to be honest. TJ knows more about my problems than anybody. But again, because he's a man, so he understands, like, listen, coming from a man's perspective, I understand. That shit's tough. Like, this is the question I pose right to women. Which is more attractive? And let's be real. If you're out there, play along. Two questions, two scenarios, okay? Tell me which one you're going to pick as a woman, okay? The first one. Oh my God, babe, I lost my job. I don't know what I'm going to do. How we going to eat? How am I going to pay the mortgage? How the fuck, I got a car note. Like, what am I going to do? How the kids going to get school food and shit like that? God damn, we're going to go broke. That's case scenario number 1. That's male number 1. Male number 2. Bam. Boogie, you were fired. This is me at work. Boogie, you're fired. Okay. I leave. On my way home, I think about it. I'm like, where am I going to find another job? Blah, 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 blah. I get home. Hey, babe, I decided to take the next week off of work. Let's go on vacation. I know you said you don't want to go to Vegas. Let's go to Vegas. Oh my God, for real, babe? Let's go. Then you go to Vegas for a week. I come back. You go to work like it's a regular day because I'm still going to get up at the same time and treat looking for a job as my job. And then I'm going to find a job because I ain't never been more than a day and a half without a job because I'm going to be out here getting, I don't give a fuck if I got to take, I'm going to be honest with you. I took a stocking job, like a stock boy, S-T-O-C-K, stocking job at Dollar Tree just until I could find a better job because I was like, I'm not going to be broke. You know what I'm saying? So, again, and you never knew I was out of a job. I'll just be like, oh, hey, they changed my hours. Or I'll be like, oh, hey, I got this offer from a different company. I'm going to go ahead and take it. You know what I mean? And I know, listen, and again, when I pose this scenario, women are like, well, that's just lying to your girl. And it's like, yes, but I'm lying to protect you. You know what I'm saying? Because again, let's say this, right? Most women want to do what? Live in a fairy tale, right? Well, guess what? If you live in a fairy tale and you're a princess, who does the princess marry? Prince Charming, right? Did Prince Charming ever fucking cry in the goddamn fairy tale? No, he slayed dragons and went home and had bouncy ass hair and then, you know what I'm saying, they died.
Got on, you know.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
See, with that, I'm in the same boat. If something happened to me, and I've had females, even my family, tell me like, you're wrong, you shouldn't do it like that. When shit be going on with me, I will stay quiet. That's one of the times I really kind of go into myself because, like you said, it's now, okay, what do I got to do to get past this something?
You're looking for a solution.
Yeah, let me have it because I don't want to go to pay. I can't do that. Pay, this won't work. Pay, I don't know. They don't want to hear that. And you're right, they don't want to hear that. Any female that says she's okay with her dude coming home every night, laying on her lap, and boo-hooing about his day, when she by herself had a stressful day, but she's not going to say that now because you're boo-hooing about your day. If you're doing that every day, that's not attractive.
Yeah.
So,
because now she feels like she got to be the rock.
Yeah, she got to be the rock. And it's supposed to be vice versa. So, yeah, with me, I said this just a few minutes ago. I'm not that emotional dude. Women will say I'm emotionally unattached because I'm not just going to say all that. You're just going to be like, damn. 2 weeks later, you're going to be like, man, I heard such and such about you. Why you didn't tell me? Oh, because I was trying to figure out a solution.
Yeah. And don't worry,
it's handled. Yeah. I was trying to figure out a way to get myself out whatever situation I might have put myself in or that I came across. It's not for me to put the burden on you for you to worry.
Yeah.
Nah, I got this. I'm a man. I'm going to make it work in whatever way I need to make it work to get past whatever. Yeah. And that's why I tell people, like, this is how I am. Some women don't like it. Other women don't like it. I really can't say I found a woman that just be like, oh, you're good. Because when shit start happening and then they got to find out a month later that this shit happened, they be like, damn, why you didn't talk to me about it? Why? Yeah. I'm not saying you can't do nothing about it.
No, you
what
can't. You can't do nothing about it. I mean, not really.
What can you really do about my situation when you got your own stuff? Especially, I say if you're not married, that's especially like you got your own shit, your own family. Yeah. I got my own shit, my own family. I'm not gonna vent to you and cry to you about shit that's going on me on my side when you still gotta worry about your side. Yeah. So me doing that, I feel like you're pretty much looking for that becoming dependent. Yeah. You're looking to become independent and make her feel sorry. And at the end of the day, you really just gonna be like, oh man, I got my girl. I not to fall back on my girl. Yeah. Your ambition goes down because you like, I'm really good right now. My girl gonna take care of this. My girl gonna handle this, and you're not gonna be out there pushing. Yeah. Like I told this guy today, like, be better than you were yesterday, and work like you don't have it. Yeah. Because when you ain't got shit, you on your grind. Yeah. When you like, damn, rings do this, you on your best shit. But when you get it, people get content, and that's where I tell a lot of people, stop being content. Where you're at, because if you're content, you'll never rise.
You know what it is too? A lot of people think they have a spending problem because they're like, oh, I spend too much money. The problem is you have an earning problem. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of dudes, right? Like, they'll do their like, budgeting and shit like that for the month, and they're like, fuck, bro, I only got like an extra $50 after I pay all my bills. Like, shouldn't you want to make more money? Like, they're like, oh, I'll just cut down. Instead of using $100 a week to eat, I can just eat off $50. I'm like, so you're telling me you'd rather starve yourself than make more money? That don't make no sense. A lot of people don't really understand how much time they really have. Because let's be real, there's 24 hours in a day. Let's say you spend 8 of those sleeping, which most people don't. But let's say you spend 8 hours sleeping, right? And you got a 9 to 5. That's 8 hours, bro. The fuck are you doing with that last 8 hours? Watching TV, bullshit, because you ain't working out. You ain't getting no more money. You don't got a second job. And that's the thing, a lot of people chase the wrong things, I think, in their life, to where I think when you're young, you should just be grinding and get in the fucking bag, bro. Because I'm going to be real. I told you this. I told you the last time I was going to go out was for your birthday. Because I was like, listen, I'm trying to buy a house next year. Yeah. So I'm going to grind extra hard. I'm not going to go out. I'm going to stop going out. Because I'm going to be honest, I go out usually every weekend. You know what I mean? Let's be real. You've seen me. I go out 2-3 times sometimes. You know what I mean? We go out there and get turned up. But I'm putting that shit to the side because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be on my grown man shit. I'm going to work as hard as I can, bro. I've been doing 14-hour days at work every day. So I'm like, I'm going to get this fucking money. I'm going to grind as hard as I can. You know, off podcast, you and me been talking about growing a business and stuff like that. Like, we're thinking about, like, it's not that I have enough right now to pay my bills, because we do. But it's like, but why do I only want to pay my bills? I want more and more and more and more. Freedom. You know what I'm saying? Why? This is the thing, right? God is time. He could have stopped when he took over the place right next to him. Yeah. He could have just stopped right there and been like, you know what? This is enough. I got enough food now. I'm good. But what did he do instead, bro? He built a massive fucking empire because you should never want to stop growing, bro. You should have that Genghis Khan mentality where you're like, I want to keep growing and growing and growing and getting more and more, and enough is never enough. And again, I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy your life. You shouldn't, if you're a single man, you shouldn't entertain women. And, if you are in a relationship, you shouldn't pay attention to your girl. If you got kids, you shouldn't pay attention. Like, that's not what I'm saying whatsoever. But also there comes a time as a man where you need to buckle down and be like, you know what? It's time to put my nose to the grindstone and fucking get it. Now, sidebar, real quick. I'd also like to change my answer. Cancer. I remember now. Bro, I dated this girl in high school. Now, again, this is high school drama. But I dated this girl in high school, right? She was a Cancer. No bullshit. Me and her had the same birthday. Okay? The exact same date on the same year, like an hour apart. And I remember she used to tell me all the time, that means that we're soulmates. And I'm like, gay? I don't hear that shit, but I'm like, sure, baby. That's exactly what it means. She got on my nerves in like a week. We broke up. Son, I still blame her. I don't blame her. Obviously, it's a joke. But I still think she's the reason that I can't have kids. Because no bullshit, for the next 3 months of school, this is 7th grade, by the way. For the next 3 months, every day. Bro, I'm not going to lie. Kudos to her. Shout out to Jay. You know who you are, girl. She started getting so creative, bro. I remember one time, she got this, man, hot-ass girl. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, one of the hottest girls in school to basically trick me. Honestly, she came up to me, you know what I'm saying? I never even thought about fucking with her type shit. Because, again, at this time, I'm still kind of a loser. So I'm thinking, I ain't got no chance. She comes up to me, and she's like, hey, and she's flirting with me and touching all upon me, and she's like, and then right before class is about to start, right, because it's lunchtime, she's like, you want to make out in the bathroom? I'm like, what? Is water wet, bitch? Does a bear shit in the woods? Fuck yeah, come on. We go to the bathroom, bro. This girl, because look, this is before cell phones. She had to wait in the bathroom the entire time me and this girl had the conversation. And in my high school, the way the bathrooms are is, the door is here, right? And they got a brick wall. Yeah, I know. And then you gotta like go in and around the brick wall. Yeah. She's hiding on the other side of the wall, so I don't know she's here, right? So she's like, follow me. She walks in front of me, and I'm like, ooh, you see the hip chasse and all that shit. You're like, ooh, girl, turn that thing on. You know what I'm saying? So you walk around the corner, bam! I'm like, oh my God. I'm doubling over, bro. I'm like, why would you do this to me? This is cruel. I'm messed up about it, son. Like, this shit. Man, look, this is no cap. I'll tell you, she got so creative. It was ridiculous. I remember one time, this is going to be the last story because I could go on for a minute. She hit on my bus. She don't even live in the same neighborhood. Why the fuck the bus driver let her on this bus? This shit is sick. She lets her on the thing, but she lays down in the seat, bundled up, so I can't see her, right? Now, again, she has to see other people go by, and in a split reaction second, soon as you see me, she goes, psst. And then, so that way I can look, and then, blam, kick to the nuts. I'm like, wow, oh. And then she runs off and I'm like, and this much I was like, the fuck happened? I'm like, you let this shit happen to me. Why are you supposed to protect me? I'm a child. That happened for 3 months. Cancers, y'all are crazy.
I've never had no shit like that. I ain't never had, like a super crazy female. I had one chick, I don't know her Zodiac'S.
Listen, be thankful.
But I had one chick when I was probably like 15, 16. I graduated early. I graduated when I was 16. So I was out of school, good doing all that. So I was about 16. I'm messing with this girl. I'm like, hey, this is not gonna work. I don't like you catfish me, really. Like, just before we even knew what catfish was. Yeah. But you got me, so I'm not gonna fall for it. And I was the type, like, I can cut you off and not give a damn. Like, I'm gonna tell you, and that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing. So this girl calls me, crying, boo-hoo, and I'm like, bro, like, what's up? Why are you calling me? This was MySpace and all that time for him. So she's like, I miss you, I love you, I want to be with you. Hey, first off, we didn't even talk for more than 2 weeks. So I'm not lying.
I tell you, high school love is crazy.
So I'm like, bro, whatever. She's like, I'm going to kill myself. If you don't talk to me, we're going to get back together. By the end of the day, I'm going to kill myself. I said, oh, okay. I hung up the phone. I walked in my mom's room. I said, Mom, what's your passcode to T-Mobile? Yeah. She was like, why? So I'm about to change my number. She's like, why are you gonna change your number? And I ran into her.
Yeah.
I said, this girl called me, talking about she about to kill herself. And I need to make sure I'm not the last person she talked to in the Costco through her phone.
Oh my God, you're stupid.
And my mom was like, are you fucking serious? I'm like, yes. Like, I don't want to be that last number that's on there 30 times. When they call T-Mobile, this number is to nobody. She was like, TJ, no. Well, I found out the code anyway. I changed my number, blocked it from every social media. I don't know shit like that today.
Be real. How crazy is that though, bro? That's not only women, because men also do the same shit. And listen, mental health is real. If you need help, bro, get some help. Because that shit is
ashamed.
Like, that shit is wild. I mean, if you're a dude, I say you should work out first. You know what I'm saying? Get some natural endorphins going. But, nah, we'll talk though. Like, if you got some shit going on, son, like, you should really reach out for professional help. Because a lot of people like to reach out to their friends. But listen, a lot of times your friends are not qualified. And they can't really help you like that. But that being said, that's so wild, bro. Because I had something similar happen. To where, I mean, a few times, honestly, you know what I mean? Where, like, women are like, bro, I'm legitimately going to kill myself. I have, like, a razor blade to my wrist type shit. Like, you need to come over right now. Or, like, I just took 30 pills and I'm about to fall asleep on the phone with you. Like, why would you do that? And listen, that's fucked up to do to a person. All right? Whether you're a dude or a chick, that is fucked up to put somebody in that situation to where you're literally putting your life in their hands and you're really fucking them up mentally, bro. Because let's say, hypothetically, because obviously it was all cap. At least on my end, it was all cap. None of these women actually did any of this crazy shit. But if you would have, you're putting that shit like, oh my God, I gotta live with that the rest of my life. And I'm not saying that for you to fucking pity me, but that's for you to put that on any man's life or any woman's life. Like, just think about that, bro. How upset would you be, right? Like, just think about that shit.
Yeah, I feel that's fucked up. Like, at that time,
it's really terrorism.
At that time for that girl, I didn't care because for one, like, bro, we really only been talking for about a week. I have no sorts of feelings for you.
Again, this goes back to the waves.
Yeah, so it was like, I don't care. But for now, it's certain females that I care about or certain females that I deal with.
Like, that will mess you up.
That will mess me up because with all the shit going on in the world today, you don't know where somebody's mental stability is. And
especially like with COVID hitting and like so many people were like really depressed, bro.
And for you to call me, for you to text me, for you to video chat, whatever your form of communication becomes, and you tell me this, and then it happens, after I probably just pushed you away again, like, man, whatever, I don't give a fuck, Because that's probably the type of shit I'm gonna say. Yeah. Because I'm really just, I don't want to deal with it, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, I really hope she ain't serious. I'm not that, I don't feel like I'm that nigga. I don't feel like,
we're not cold-hearted.
Yeah, nobody is really just that person. If it happens and then I get a phone call later or something saying, such and such passed, such and such committed suicide, I feel fucked up. Yeah. Because now it's like, damn, could I have really stopped her? What was the situation? Like, it wasn't that bad, or am I downplaying it to a point where I think it's not that bad, or like I said, am I just that cold-hearted where I'm like, I don't give a fuck, keep yourself. Yeah. And she did it. So that is not something I feel like, especially nowadays with and the cyberbullying and just how kids are being handled by themselves.
I mean, I'm gonna be real also, right? As far as cyberbullying goes, this is my thing. With kids, it's different because as a child, you're not emotionally developed to handle that type of shit, which it is fucked up. But as a grown-ass person that gets mad at words is fucking ridiculous.
From people who don't even know you.
Yeah, they don't even fucking matter, bro. Like, if I'm being real about it, like, listen, man, I'm glad for all of y'all that listen to this and shit like that, but if I don't know you personally, I legitimately could care less about what the fuck you got to say. But because this is my thing, right? If I let what every little fucking person say about me alter my life, then I won't be me, bro. I'd be what everybody else wanted me to be. And let's be real. You can never be woke enough, PC enough, cool enough, like whatever enough for the world, bro. Because somebody gonna have a problem with you. So if you just like a leaf in the wind and you blow or whatever, bro, if you ain't got nothing to stand on, who the fuck are you even? But again, even then, right, taking us out of it, just think about what that would do to your family also. You know what I mean? Because you got to think about it. You got a mom probably that loves you. You probably got a dad that loves you. Like, you got somebody to fucking care about you, son, outside of a teenage relationship. You know what I mean? You got somebody that gives a fuck about you. And you gotta think about it too, bro. If I found out my daughter killed herself, right? I ain't got no kids. But if I found out, if I have a daughter, right, hypothetically speaking, she's 13 years old, bro, and she kills herself over some little boy, I'm gonna be super upset. Because this is the thing, right? You can't be mad at that little boy, because it's like, damn, bro, I get it. I was a teenager once, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to her, it was puppy love. To you, it wasn't shit. You're trying to find your own shit going on, you know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad at him. Who the fuck can you be mad at, bro? Like, just the universe? Because it's like, fuck, bro, like, this legitimately don't make no sense to me. Like, my little girl just took her life over really some dumb shit that I couldn't have done nothing about. And that's why I said, man, I think that you should treat your kids at a certain age. And like I said, this goes back to last week, where it's very important for little girls to have a father figure, or, you know, preferably their father in their life, to teach them, like, hey, listen, shit happens. Shit happens. This is not the end of the world. You shouldn't let your emotions get you so crazy. If you are feeling very upset, you can always come talk to me. You'll always be my princess, blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada.
See, I did that with my sister growing up, because I was in the streets. I was that hoe. So my sister came into the age, me and her are super close. That's my, you know, Bonnie and Clyde type shit.
Yeah.
So when she came of age, it was easy for her to come talk to me. And one thing I told her, stay away from niggas like me.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, so it was like, I know what and she seen what I was doing. So it's not like I can tell her that and she like, well, what kind of nigga are you?
Yeah.
I was doing this in her face, bringing random girls over every other day, on the phone with three, four different girls a night, and talking about them. We rode the same bus for a little minute going to school, so she seen how she saw it. So she knew, okay, these traits, these things, how he's acting, what he's saying, the words, his act, all that plays a role. And she did good. She passed along, and she got her feelings hurt, you know, but that happens, you know, with boyfriend, girl, that happened. She got her feelings hurt, but she was able to bounce back from it and understand, like, okay, it happened, I'm be hurt for a month, 2 months, whatever.
But like I said, it helps them to be able to guide better through that. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I'm gonna dork out for a little bit because I got really excited yesterday. I got a package in the mail from Japan. So y'all can't see this, but if you turn around, I got all these I got these anime figures and these Batman Funko Pops, and I got 4 new ones yesterday, so I'm real hyped up right now about that. I was just looking at them; they look dope as shit. I honestly feel bad for y'all that y'all can't see this because these are amazing. But
yeah, I ain't missing nothing.
Words from a true hater. But I'm just saying though. Sorry, I was geeking out on that for a second. But to bring it back around though to the Zodiac thing, because we got like on a real tangent there. But bring it back to the Zodiac thing though. Again, I don't believe in them. But if I had to choose one of who just craziest female I've ever dealt with, Zodiac wise, Cancer #1. But again, that was an isolated incident. I've never met another Cancer like that. And then Scorpio, which again, I've never met another Scorpio like that. At least to my knowledge, because like I said, I don't believe in Zodiac signs. So when it comes up, and they ask me mine, because usually they ask you yours first. Yeah. When they ask me mine and I disprove the Zodiac signs don't mean shit, then they feel embarrassed about telling me theirs, so they don't usually. And again, don't do what Boogie does, because Boogie loses lots of women. But, like I said, that's because I'm at the point now in my life, bro, where I've had a bunch of women, you know what I'm saying? Like, to where it's like, I don't want to play the game anymore, where I'm like, I don't want to play the game of where, like, I gotta pretend to be interested in all this dumbass shit you like. You know what I'm saying? Or like, I feel like I can't be meat type shit. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not cruel to women. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. But what I'm saying is though, also to a certain point, I don't put up with certain fuckery. Not saying Zodiac signs are fuckery, but at the same time, I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it. Because it's like, listen, if you're about to give me some great insight into my Zodiac sign, but keep that to yourself.
Like I said, I don't care about none of that. To me, like, I've had girls tell me, oh, the moon is full tonight. You know what that means? It's because I'm this.
It's because I'm a hoe.
It clearly doesn't mean this, because I don't care. Like, oh, you only act that way because you're a Aries. Nah, it's not. It's not.
God bless you.
You think that? I don't know what that was myself.
We had a sneeze cough. I don't know what that was.
But it's funny. But I don't know. That's just that topic that
we wanted to touch on real quick.
The viewer had a question of and I hope we help you.
I mean, I hope we answered the question. To be honest, I know we got kind of on a tangent in the middle of that.
I don't know too many.
It all tied together.
Like when I do date girls, I find out their birthday it means something because that's that's just a question you ask.
Because I have a general understanding. Because again, it's because that used to be like the type of game I would run. Because like I said, also if you could get a girl to tell her your zodiac sign first, you could just because there's like signs that are like most compatible with other signs.
Yeah.
You could just lie. Like you could just be like, oh, you're a Taurus? That's fucking crazy, bro. I'm a Capricorn. And then when they look that up later, they're like, oh my god, this is like my soulmate, bro. It's in my soulmate would be a Capricorn. That's crazy. Like little do you know, bitch, I'm nowhere near December. Yeah. Nowhere near December. You know what I'm saying? Like that's. But again, it is what it is.
It's just the game they play. It's just something that keeps them entertained.
And listen, I play for dubs. I play to win. I'm like James Winston out here. I'm trying to eat all the dubs.
Yes. All the way. ATL, all the way.
All the way. I need all the W's.
So, but other than that, I don't know. What's up? How was the week?
It was alright. By the way, happy Easter. Easter passed. Did you do anything for Easter?
I ate chicken.
You ate chicken?
I ate chicken.
I mean, listen. If we're gonna break,
are you about to go racist?
What?
Are you about to go racist? I feel you going racist.
No. I was really gonna criticize Easter, not you eating chicken. Listen,
okay.
Chicken's delicious. I love chicken. I don't understand. Listen, bro. Stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So you don't like chicken?
I don't like watermelon.
Uh-huh.
I don't like watermelon.
Fuck you, I do. Listen, there's nothing better than a cold watermelon with sweet watermelon.
You know what,
with some salt. And listen, fuck y'all, I like Kool-Aid too. I ain't scared to say it. I like Kool-Aid. Yeah, no more, but you loved it though, didn't you?
When I was little.
Listen, man, I don't give a fuck. Listen, I love tacos. There's nothing wrong.
We know.
I love tacos. I love horchata. You know what I'm saying?
What
It's like a rice milk. It's a standard thing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? From Central America.
You like beans?
I love fried plantains. I love beans. Listen, no cap. I was raised off red beans and rice. I remember the first time I went to a friend's house and I didn't have red beans and rice, right? Because look, we were really poor growing up. And we used to have red beans and rice every day except for the weekend or like a special occasion. I remember the first time I went over to a partner's house, like on a Wednesday, son. And they were having, I don't know what the fuck they were having. I think it was one of my white friends. So they were having like hard shell tacos or something like that. I guess they were like, well, he's bringing a little brown boy over. Let's be festive type shit, which, I appreciate that. But, I mean, terrible tacos. But, it's one of those older like El Paso mixes or whatever the fuck. But regardless of that, I was like, damn, it must be a special occasion. Why the fuck we have red beans and rice? Like, that shit legitimately blew my mind. Listen, red beans and rice mixed together in a bowl, dash a hot sauce, and a squeeze of lemon. That was my meal Monday through Friday, and I was fine with it. I had zero problem, bro. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. When you're a kid and you're poor, everything is fun as fuck. Until you get money. And you realize, wow, that sucks. But while you're poor, listen, this is how poor we were. We didn't get a TV till we were older, right? And look, we had one of those old school flat screen TVs. You remember one that was like a giant box with the Velcro speaker on the bottom? Yes. So look, we had one of those, right? Well, look, minus that.
So hold on, I'm sorry to say, my mom still has that in her garage.
We got rid of our shit.
Just sitting in the garage.
We got rid of that shit. But we used to have one of those, right? And I remember, bro, before we got that, it was so fun because we used to go to the neighbor's house to watch Pokemon and like Yu-Gi-Oh! So we used to go next door, watch Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And then, which if y'all don't know what that is, I mean, it's a lot to explain, man. Anyway, Google the shit. It'll be faster. Pause the episode, Google it, get back at it.
Pokemon on the go is probably all they know. Whatever.
Probably. I mean, well, this is original fucking Pokemon. So we would watch Pokemon, bro. And this is how poor we were. We would run. And not even, look, this is how disrespectful we were. We didn't give a fuck. We ran to this other lady's house. You know what I'm saying? To the back door. Not even the front door. To the back door so we could hop the chain link fence to go over to our house and pick up sticks and play Pokemon with sticks. That's how poor we were. Because the thing was, my dad only let us go over there for a little bit. Because the thing was, right, so my dad worked 2 jobs and my mom worked nights. So we were literally pretty much home all the time by ourselves. But there was a 30-minute fucking window where we were unattended. But we knew that if my dad came home or if he woke up from a nap and we weren't there, it was ass whoopings for everybody. I'm talking about my dad was the Oprah of ass whoopings. You get an ass whooping. You get an ass whooping. Everybody got ass whoopings. And you know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying I didn't deserve maybe like 80% of them, but 20% was ridiculous. I didn't learn none of them hoes. No, but anyway, so we would run, jump the fence, bro, and be playing Pokemon in the back. And then my dad's like, the fuck are y'all doing? And then we're just like, oh, we're playing Zoo Animals. You know, because he don't know what the fuck Pokemon is. You can't explain Pokemon to a fucking grown-ass man who just got off of a second job tired as fuck, because he ain't want to hear that dumb-ass shit. So, we're playing Pokemon with little just mangled up sticks. And listen, we're not even creative, bro. I'm like 8, and I'm like, I choose you, stick, and they didn't even bother with the name, like just stick, go, and. And he's like, I also summon stick, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's stick versus stick. But those were like so fun until we got TV. And then it's like, oh shit, we don't got to do motherfucking sticks no more. We can just watch Pokemon whenever. And you can eat a bowl of cereal while you do it, watch Saturday cartoons and shit.
Then, you know, we started getting the cards.
Yeah. Oh, what? I collected Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards. I love that. What? Blue Eyes White Dragon Yellow. You know what I'm saying?
A hologram. This hologram, you got the hologram in the plastic covered up.
Oh, yeah.
You man, don't touch my hologram. They in their own little box.
Yeah, their own little card divider. You know what I'm saying?
You go to school, you're like, okay, you got a whole box. Yeah, ready.
Yeah,
no, man, you got too many.
Yeah,
time to go.
Yeah, you be trading and shit like that. They had to start putting caps on. All right, bro, but only 50 cards, bro.
Yeah, man,
bro,
listen,
50 cards,
bro. I give you one hologram, but I gotta get 10 of whichever ones I want, bro. This hologram, my mom just got me this. Yeah.
They're like, listen, bro, I got this Buster Blade. I'll give you this Dark Magician, though.
Yeah,
I'll give you this Dark Magician, though. That's us nerding out a little bit, you know, bear with us. But that was so fun. Again, until we got a TV. And you know the only other time that I felt like that, and listen, we're gonna get a little nasty right now. But the only other time I was that excited is when I discovered porn. Because that's the only other time this shit before felt obsolete. Where you're like, I have never really been having fun in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because let's be real. Again, being poor and playing outside and all this other shit, right? That was like the greatest time. Yeah. Until technology gets introduced, a TV. And then you're like, oh, fuck.
Game system.
Yeah. And I remember, shout out to my mom. I remember my mom, right? And listen, my mom, at the time, hated rap music. But I used to love listening to 97.9 The Box, right? And I would always change the car radio station to the box and stuff. Back when they actually played more fucking music than commercials.
Yeah.
Get it together, radio. But anyway, and I remember they were having a contest, a call-in contest to win a GameCube. And I remember, bro, my mom listened to the station all day, hating all the fucking music to try to get us a GameCube. Now, she didn't win, but I appreciated the effort.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And again, my mom works at night, so she had to like stay up to do this shit. You know what I mean? Which, again, as a kid, you take that shit for granted. Because you're just like, fuck, I didn't get no GameCube, bro. Like, this fucking blows. Like, you suck as a parent. Yeah. And now you realize, like...
all in the time.
Yeah, and now you realize, like, as an adult who works a lot and you're tired, you're like, fuck, bro, this is a lot to have to, like, stay up for an obligation type shit. Like, this is a lot.
Like, I ain't got kids, but I be ready to do stuff and, like, go out and about as, you know, kind of like yesterday.
Yeah.
It was like, really, I don't have to, but I take it upon myself because, you know, it's the right thing to do, or it's just the kindness of my heart.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. But that, you know, doing all that shit, like you said, I'm not going to say my family was poor, but our thing was my dad, he'd get PlayStation when they first came out. He'd get it. We wouldn't have nothing. And you can't touch this PlayStation. But when the next PlayStation come out, I'll let y'all have it. We can have that one, and he'll get the new one. Same with the games. Yeah, we got certain games, but I love Madden. Oh, y'all not? And his birthday's in August.
Yeah.
All the new Maddens drop August.
Yeah.
So he'll get it every year for his birthday. That was a present from my mom and him because he loved online. That's how I started playing online. Yeah. He got the headset. He doing that. He'd come home. He was a truck driver, so he'd come home at night and sit in the living room till we get up, go to school. Then he'll go lay down. Well, that's how I came across games. I am a PlayStation fanatic. Fuck Xbox.
Well, that's
with that little bullshit you got over there.
First off, that's the brand new series.
I don't care. It's trash.
What? I'm sorry. What? That's
Basura. Look, I'm saying your language. Basura.
English is my first language. First.
Oh,
second, that's $1,000 of the finest technology. And let me tell you something right now. Online is way better through Microsoft and Xbox. Fuck what you talking about. What? You capping. You cap. You cap.
on both systems.
Bro, the Sony store is way better than the Xbox store. But PlayStation Live, which what do they call it? They got a different name for it. It's not like Xbox Live. They call it something else. But their version of online is garbage compared to Xbox Live, bro. First, you have a larger fucking reach. Second, you have a better amount of players. And third, it's a superior online console. You have to think about it, bro. This is made by Microsoft. These motherfuckers own the internet, bro. This Bill Gates and his finest in a box, motherfucker. Sony makes DVDs, nigga. Like, don't get me wrong. Video quality, game quality, PlayStation, superior. But your live is doo-doo caca. It's garbage. I'm gonna put it to you in French, Tony. Garbage.
Hey, that's all I see.
Anyway, to go back to what I was talking about. Yeah, we were poor, and I'm not saying we were dirt poor. I mean, we had shoes and shit like that. But I'm saying we weren't, also, it's 4 fucking kids, you know what I'm saying? So we weren't like, my dad had to provide for 4 fucking kids, you know what I'm saying? He had to work pretty hard. But anyway, and I remember, bro, then when my dad finally got like one good paying job, I remember, man, when he finally had some time on his hands and he saw how much we were watching the TV, bro, no bullshit, he would take like 2 hours out of his day to come home, shower, and change, bro. And I remember he bought us a basketball goal and put it up in the back, bro. And he would play with us from the time he got home until we wanted to stop. And I'm talking, he would play a game with me, and then my brother, and then my sister, and my baby brother was too young to play. But then once he got old enough, bro, he's playing a game to 2 games each with all 4 of us, bro. Like, back to, like, no breaks, back to back to back to back. And I'm like, and again, bro, as a kid, you're just like, this is my dad, this is what he's supposed to do. Yeah. But then you grow up and you're like, bro, like, and like I said, I love and respect my dad to the utmost. And I realized, like, my dad is what I can only hope to aspire to be as a father one day. Because I'm like, bro, like, you literally work super hard when you first had us to provide us a better life. And then when you could provide us a better life, you were still like, I'm just not going to throw money at these kids. Like, I'm really going to give them, like, my time and attention. Because even when my parents got divorced, bro, my dad would take it upon himself, right? So he would go out, like, clubbing on Saturdays. But Fridays, bro, after school, if we were good, he'd take us to the zoo, to the park, to, like, the lake fishing. Like, he would always do shit. But Friday was for us. And then, like I said, Monday through Friday also, we would always play basketball. So, and like I said, that's why my dad got me into, like, the love of sports. He'll play basketball with us. He taught us football. He got me into baseball. Actually, like, put us in a program and shit like that. Like, bro, I love my dad to the fullest, bro. And I hope that one day when I have kids, I could be half the dad that he was. Because that shit, I remember he made my childhood so fucking great. Until porn came out. And then I'm like, fuck you, dad. And I'm like, I'm joking. That's cap. That's cap.
But see, for us, how did I don't want to...
Let me be real, bro. Porn came out right around the time we hit puberty.
You know what got me?
And not even that it came out, but let's do Playboy and shit like that. But I'm saying, like, computer porn?
See,
that shit was like when we was
like computer porn like that first. First porn I found out was on the TV. Late at night.
Oh, Skinamax? Skinamax?
And they really not even having sex or nothing.
No, it's like softcore porn. This is like moaning and like a weird like back shot where you like might see the top of her crack or some shit like that.
Oh, he in there. Yeah. He doing his best, and they not even doing that.
You're not knowing they're both wearing like, skin colored panties and shit.
So that what got me in my mind just took off from there. Like, I started seeing naked women. And then from naked women went to these porn sites. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be real with you. My first experience with porn was very traumatic because so when my parents first got divorced, my mom had got with this dude who was like 18 years old, okay? Now let me tell you why this fucked me up. I'm 11. So, this nigga's 7 years older than me, bro. I'm like, this is not a lot. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of fucked up. But anyway, he definitely tried to buy our affection, so he would buy us shit. And listen, at this point, I am a badass little child. I am a classic child of divorce where I am angry at the world. And I'm like, this is fucked up. My parents should be together till I die. That's what I want. So he would buy us shit, and I'm an asshole. I would break everything he gave me. And not even like, oops, I accidentally broke it. Like, he would get it, give it to me for me to smash it in his face, bro. Like, I would drop it, smash it, jump on it. Like, I'm an asshole, bro. Like, if I'm your stepchild, you would have kicked me right in the fucking chest. What? Right in the chest. Like, you look at me and you want to just Spartan kick me. Like, where you're like, mother, like, you want to fuck me up. You know what I'm saying? At least I would. And I didn't realize how big of an asshole I was until I dated a girl with kids who did not like me. And I was like, oh, you're an asshole. And I'm like, but listen, you can't call a 7-year-old an asshole. Yeah. Not to their face. Not to their face. But, like I said, I was a dick. But this was my first experience with porn, right? When he realized buying us gifts wasn't working, he quit buying us gifts. I remember he rented a DVD for us, right? Oh, and I remember it was a movie we really wanted to watch. It was a kid's movie. We were watching it, him, my mom, and us kids. And we're watching it or whatever, blah, blah, blah. My mom gets tired, she wants to go to bed. She goes to bed. And he's like, I got y'all another movie. But it's just for the boys. So he sends like my sister into the next room. And my baby brother is like literally a baby. Like he's like, I think 1, not even if that. And he pops in this like, porno movie. Which already is weird. I never watched porno with a strange man and my brother. Just throwing it out there. And he pops his DVD in, bro. And there's just titties and ass like off the rip. And my brother's like crying because he's like, because I'm 11, bro. He's like 8. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing the 8-year-old ain't supposed to be seeing this type of shit. You know what I mean? And at least me for a little bit, it's like, I'm 11. I kind of get it a little bit, but not even really, because I'm like, bro, I really don't understand sex yet. I mean, I'm 11. So, you know what I'm saying? And all I have, my only experience with women at this time is, again, because I'm a short little loser. And my only experience with women is my cousins, my female cousins. So, I don't see them like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's my sister and my female cousins. So, I'm like, I definitely don't view women like this type shit. You know, especially because I'm 11, my sister's like 5, all my cousins are like about the same age. Yeah, so, pops this DVD in. Yeah. And that shit was wild, bro, where I was like, this is kind of fucked up. But then, like I said, about a year and a half later, I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm a pervert. I would look up shit. Because I was like, what can I look up that's innocent enough to where I won't get in trouble? And I remember, I felt like such a dumbass the first time I got caught. So I used to look up bikini photos, like photos of women in bikini. I remember one time my dad called me, and I thought I hit the X, and instead I hit the little minimize button. So then when I left the computer, my dad saw what I was looking at. He's like, Jordan, are you fucking looking at pictures of girls in bikinis? I was like, no, I was trying to type in Bennigan's. You know how I love Bennigan's. And like, that was my legit excuse. I said, I was trying to look up Bennigan's. And he's like, I don't know if y'all remember Bennigan's, bro. That shit was a real life restaurant. So I'm like, I was looking up Bennigan's. I love that tater tots. I love Bennigan's. It was the worst experience of my life. Then the second time I got caught, I ain't gonna lie, it was a lot worse. I was looking up weird shit. Like, because again, I'm trying to think of, you're a kid. And look, this is a family computer. This is before laptops. So you gotta do this shit in the living room.
This before you knew how to erase history.
Yeah, bro, you gotta do this shit in the living room like a savage. So look, I'm looking up, no bullshit. Do you know the anime Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember Dragon Ball Z, right? I got Dragon Ball Z figurines. I looked up Dragon Ball Z porn. I didn't know there's a whole category of people drawing nasty photos. And look, you can get it through the child filter because you're looking up Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. And I found this one thing that was not blocked out. It was a whole story. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Eventually, I got hooked on the story tale. That's a lie. I didn't give a fuck. But anyway, and then I remember the time I got caught for that. Now, that was the most embarrassing. And I'm not gonna lie. I blame my brother. They didn't even hesitate. My brother was like, who the fuck is looking at this disgusting shit? I'm like, man, you know I don't like the cartoon, man. That's fucked up, yo. He really nasty, though. I think you should punish him. I'm gonna be real with you. I think he deserved an ass whooping. Now, he did not believe me, but I just wanted to let it be known, bro. I was a disgusting child. And listen, all boys are disgusting when it comes to porn.
I ain't gonna lie. I got into porn more when I started meeting older women. But even now, like, I don't just look at porn, but I'm quick to try some shit on porn. Especially with women, I tell them that I'm freaked out. So I'll be quick to try.
The porn's pretty basic, though.
But now, you be like...
I mean, you can go down through there if you want to, but I'm saying,
like... A lot of shit be crazy. I remember when that 2 girls in 1 cup shit dropped.
That's disgusting.
I really thought it was porn.
I watched it.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch it. And I'm watching it, she eating ass and doing all that. No. And then, it changed my whole view.
I'm gonna be real with you. I watched it on accident, bro. My stepbrother got it. He's like, have you seen that 2 girls 1 cup video? And I was like, the fuck is that? And so his cousin played a trick on him, showing him the video, right? So he was like, because at first it starts off pretty sexual. Yeah. And then it escalates rapid quickly. And so, like I said, he was like, oh man, I got this video of these 2 girls, blah, 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 blah. I said, all right, bet. So they do that, show the video. I'm like, this is fucked up. Why would you show me this? He's like, now you get to show it to somebody. And then he gave me the file, and I was like, why would I want someone to feel like how I feel right now? This is a terrible fucking feeling. Of course. I can't be the one with this trauma. The fuck? Listen, trauma is to be shared, not to be kept. What I just say? I got help. I was like, if somebody else feels as dastardly as I do, I won't feel so bad no more.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember seeing that first time. It was fucked up.
So now go ahead, live it fun. Because, I mean, it's a lot harder to just put 2 videos together. So I'm going to keep this one going. So listen, guys, while the first half of the video on here is processing, I know you don't know this, but it's only an hour on the recorder that I have. But don't worry, I'm getting a laptop. We're going to get this. Listen, this podcast is only going to go up in quality. I just want y'all on YouTube to know that. The audio won't know that, but you guys will. And that's what's important to me.
Y'all got behind the scenes, pretty much.
Yeah, it's only for like a minute while this process is really fast.
Well,
but
you can talk to him.
okay, well, all right. Yeah, while he does that, I'm just saying, I'm using just the regular thing on my phone. It's called Anchor, in case you want to make your own podcast. I have another application on a computer, but the problem is it's not my computer. It's my brother's computer, and I don't like to be disrespectful. So I'm not going to use his shit without his permission. Now, that being said, I have to use this program called Anchor, and it helps you make podcasts and stuff like that. ANCHOR, if you want to try to make a podcast. Which I highly recommend. These are a lot of fun. But, hey, we're ready for the second half. So now, just, if you're on YouTube, just be cool, and, don't tell the people on the audio about this, because this is only for y'all. So, enjoy that. And now, we're going to get back to regular, pre-programmed entertainment.
Yeah. Alright, I see how you just looked at me. Okay?
I'm not looking at you like nothing.
You did. You looked at me like, what is this ninja? I ain't gonna say nigga.
You just did, though. I don't understand.
My bad. I don't know how to put survey here.
I mean, you good. I don't care.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Listen,
I'm hungry.
Listen, man. We're only, 2 months after Black History Month? You say whatever you want. I'm not going to press you.
Why? What was Black History? What I do with this?
I'm saying you can do whatever you want.
Like, nothing I have is Black History Month. Like, it's just Black History Month.
Nah, I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. So, going back to the previous discussion, I don't watch porn anymore, but because I have this interesting philosophy, right? And really, I picked this up from a show that I watch, which y'all probably are not going to like this, but it's a podcast for male self-improvement. It's called, I don't know if you've heard of it. Have you heard of Fresh and Fit? Oh, man. Great podcast. YouTube podcast. It's great. So they have Money Mondays, Womanizer Wednesdays, and Fitness Fridays. So they basically help you in all 3 areas to become a better man financially, with women, and with fitness. You know what I'm saying? Because again, they teach you how not to be a loser so you can attract the most women. And they have conversations with women to kind of help show men in real time the mastery of women sometimes. Yeah. And the shit that they say. You know what I mean? Which, like I said, it is what it is. Take it how you want it. But anyway, so they were talking on this show, right? And they were like, as a dude, you shouldn't watch porn. And here's why. Because you know what I noticed I was doing? If I would go out and I would strike out, I really wouldn't be fucked up. 'Cause I'm like, I just don't want to jack off. Yeah. But then you know what I realized? When you stop jacking off, you realize when you go out, you're like, damn, I kind of need some pussy. It's been a minute. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of helps you pull more. Because, now I'm not saying stop jacking off and become a desperate fucking weirdo at the nightclub. But I'm saying is like, it could just help you focus as into like, okay, what's the best way to get the hottest woman to sleep with me the fastest that I can? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it really improved my game. And so that's why I don't jack off anymore.
See, I have this friend, she kind of brought this up in the past, that she was messing with this dude, and every time they went to go have sex, he'd get up, but in the middle of sex, he'd go down.
Oh, he jacked off too much. Yeah.
And that's what he told her.
Well, it's not even that jacks off too much, it's that you watch too much porn, so the stimulation is not.
And that's what I said, first off, it's a mental thing.
Yeah.
Because for us, we have to be mentally stimulated to get it there and to stay there.
Yeah.
Now, when we get it there, it's easy for a lot of men to get there, but to literally stay there,
maintain over a period of time,
maintain through a 2-3 minute type phase.
No, like going for like 20-30 minutes, like going for a full session.
Yeah, going through a full sex session.
Yeah,
it's hard for certain men to do, and that's what brings them down. I say because he is so used to porn, the excitement of porn, and how the women are reacting and playing that role.
It really like numbs you down,
and it does because not everybody out here having sex.
Porn sex.
Yeah, we're not having porn star sex.
You know what's an interesting fact? Did you know that 1 out of every 3 men under the age of 30 is either a virgin or hasn't had sex in over a year? That's a statistical fact. Can you believe that shit? Because again, People think out here all these dudes are fucking. Which I mean, we've talked about it before. We know dudes ain't out here fucking like that. But let's be real, bro. A lot of women think that all dudes are just getting pussy, and I'm like, you don't realize by you talking to a dude that does get pussy how hard this shit is. But also because a lot of dudes are content with just watching porn and being like, I'm cool with this. I don't really have to talk to women. I can just, and let's be real, with sex robots and fleshlights and all that shit, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of dudes feel like they don't gotta talk to women no more. Really.
But the thing is with that, for women to think that about men, it's only a certain criteria of men, a category of men that they're doing that with.
No,
they're only doing it with people like us.
Yeah,
old people, and like you said, they find us attractive, and they know other women find us attractive. So therefore, their mind's like, he got hoes.
Yeah.
He's fucking out here.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to them about our past, so they're like, yeah, you out here, you're a hoe. But it is men out here that they're not attracted to.
Oh.
So therefore, they don't see them in that view. They're talking, oh, you ain't getting no pussy ass, little dick ass nigga. They gonna say that. But then come across certain men in our category and be like, oh, you a hoe, you a hoe.
And that's for every one man that a woman says yes to, she doesn't think about the other like 12 dudes that she curved. Like, think about it. Because this is my thing, right? Where if I'm fully single, I have a rule. And again, y'all can say what y'all want, misogynist and all this other bullshit, but I would try to hit on at least 3 women a day. And that's Monday through Friday, like regular day. I mean, I think day game is really underrated. Like hollering at a girl in the grocery store. One, because you catch her all the way off, because she's like, what? Like, I'm not used to this type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hitting on a woman like in a grocery store or a bookstore, shit like that. Now, I mean, obviously, don't be a creep about it. Don't be fucking like
See, that's
weird.
I catch females.
Yeah, day game is so underrated. Day game is so underrated.
And females, I've had females like, oh, you see me, I'm not looking. They be hair wrapped up,
sweatpants and shit like that.
Sweatshirt. They really out for a quick air.
Mustard stain and shit.
But you catch them, and then later on they be like, why did you even talk to me?
Undercover baddie.
Because I seen the potential. You try to hide it, but I can view it.
Yeah.
And this is what and I was right.
And let's be honest, even when girls think they're going out looking like dusty, they're not really looking like dusty. Because let's be real, if a dude decides to go out dusty, like that motherfucker looking like a bum. Like you mistake him for a homeless person. Yeah. Like if you standing outside drinking a soda, you might drop a quarter in this cup type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you doing bad, my boy.
But see, you're right. And I've talked to girls that will swear to God they on their worst shit, hair fucked up, one eyelash on, one eyelash off. And I'd be like, man, I don't care. Because I know when you get to you're trying to be bad, you're going to be killing it.
Yeah.
And they be like, how did you see that through that? I said, you just see it. Like,
you see it.
I don't know how to explain it.
That's also like when you can tell, and now listen, this is going to sound terrible. But you're going to agree with me or not, because I don't care. What happens when you put glitter on a piece of shit? Is it still a piece of shit? It's still a piece of shit, right? Yeah. Okay. So if you see a very ugly, out of shape woman at the club, right? And she's all dressed up, and she got her makeup on, her lashes done, in a very tight dress that shows, let's say, more rolls than a Thanksgiving dinner. You're not going to be like, oh, that bitch is the baddest. You're going to be like, I can see through that. You know what I mean? But again, it's the same way, the opposite way. If I see you in the grocery store, if I catch you at Barnes and Nobles, if I catch you, like wherever I catch you at, bro, you might be at work type shit. I'm going to be honest. This is my thing, right? Shooters fucking shoot. And I'm not going to lie, bro. I've gotten way more numbers during the day than at night. Because at night, women go out with the expectation of, I'm finna curve every nigga I meet tonight.
Yeah.
And they will, majority of the time. Unless they meet, of course, obviously the exception. But majority of the time, like, at night, bro, I probably strike out 80% of the time. You know what I mean? Which, to me, is fairly fucking good. If I'm being real about it, it's fairly fucking good. Yeah. But during the day, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm hitting like 3 every 4. Like, I'm putting up big boy numbers. Like, I'm putting up Kyrie Irving the other night numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting up 18 in the 4th type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going off on it. I'm just bucket. Like, I'm going hard. But
it's true, though. It's true. When I was shooting my shot like that, I walk around and, like you said, it just be random moments. You like, excuse me, at the gas station. Oh, and I'm quick. I used to be quick to see a female, and we spoke on this. I see a female, and shit, I did this when I first came home.
You do that turn back game where you're like, oh, excuse me, hold up.
I was at the register, and I'm buying, something simple, but she comes up with all this different stuff, and I tell him, I'm like, hey, I'm paying for all this too.
All right. See,
and they be like, what? I'm like, I'm paying for it. They be like, okay. So hey, excuse me, that's all you buying? Yeah, okay, you put it up here. And then what? You go ahead and put it. But I also, people don't know, but I do one good deed a day. Yeah. I attempt to do something good deed. If I give money to the homeless, I buy something for somebody, I get gas, anything. I attempt to do one good deed every day.
Listen, TJ is saying, fuck all that shit. I'm gonna tell you why though. I had it one time backfire on me, okay? And this was no bullshit. I was just doing this to be a nice person, right? So I stopped at a gas station. This girl was behind me, and she was buying like one little thing. And I was buying, I think like a pack of cigarettes or some shit. I don't know what the fuck I was buying. I was buying something also. And I was just like, oh, I think she was buying like a slushie. And I was like, hey, can you pay for her slushie too? And she was like, oh, you think I can't pay for my own shit? I'm like, excuse me? You know what I'm saying? I got my headphones in. I'm like, excuse me? And she's like, you think I can't pay for my own shit? Like, you think I'm broke? I got a man. I'm taken care of. And even then, I don't need your money. Blah, blah, blah. Like, going in on me. And I'm like, well, then fuck you. I don't know what you want me to say after that. Fuck you. So now, listen. There are plenty of beautiful women out there. Buy your own motherfucking groceries. Because money ain't going to do it. I'm just saying. But look, again, I would hit on women at the grocery store, but not by paying for the groceries. You know what I'm saying? Or I
don't use that all the time.
Nah, obviously.
I've had that on occasion.
Obviously.
Just spark it up. But.
Do you remember the other day? Not the other day, sorry. Shit. It was, like 2-3 months back. Something like that shit. I was buying some boots for work. You remember? I told you we was on the phone because we was talking about, I think we had a shoot the next day or something like that. And we had to meet up to meet a customer or something like that. I can't remember exactly. But I had to go to Academy and buy new boots for work. You remember? Because I was on the phone.
Yeah.
I told you I was thinking about buying the cowboy boots. And you were like, don't go against the people.
Yeah.
But, which I shouldn't have. I regret it immediately. But you remember I told you there was that fine-ass chick that was working at the cash register. And I'm going to be honest with you. TJ still gonna be there when I leave the store. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's just on the phone. I can call back. I'm not fucked up about it. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I pulled up. I saw how cute she was. And I'll be honest with you. I integrated Tommy into the game because I got headphones on. And I was in the middle of saying something. And then all of a sudden, I just put you on speaker on the GP. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you don't need to. And it just so happened perfect. Chef's kiss. Perfect. You asked me, you're like, what you doing? I said, oh, nothing, I'm finna holler at this cute girl working at the cash register. You know what I'm saying?
We damn near started running and shouting. Yeah.
She started blushing. She's like, oh, and you know what I'm saying? She's like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes don't hit on women at work. I mean, or maybe they do, I don't know. Or maybe they lame niggas, I don't know.
But it's not that you hit on her at work because she probably had it. It's how you did it.
Yeah, and I think she liked it.
It's
long story short, I got the digits.
Yeah, it's different for you to do something like that and then like to bring somebody else in.
Yeah.
And then like I kind of knew what you were doing, but at the same time, I'm not there to see the reactions.
And then right after that, I hung up on him. And I'm like, I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah.
And I did call him back after I got the number. But that's irrelevant now. But I'm just saying though, oh man, we got like super sidetracked. What were we talking about first? Fuck. It's gonna come back to me. But anyway, just still going with this tangent of we were talking about hitting on women in public.
Simply.
No, that was way after. It started from me talking about meeting a girl like at a grocery store and hitting on her. But it started somewhere before that it led to that.
Oh, we were talking about porn.
Oh wow! How did we get to that? Anyway, yeah.
I remember because I had to figure out.
Oh yeah, because you were talking to your homegirl about porn and shit like that, and how we were saying that a lot of men don't get sex and they're dead today. Okay, got it. Bring it back.
Okay,
bring it back.
She said that. She said, it goes down during sex. Because of that, I told her it's a mental thing. Don't take it personal. But she said she sat there crying for a day because he didn't explain this to her like I'm explaining.
No, that hurt her ego though.
Yeah, he explained it like, oh, I've been jacking off. The head is just numb.
Yeah.
But she don't see it that way. She like, nah, nigga. Okay, maybe this one time.
Yeah.
Maybe this twice. But it's been going on for a long duration of time through our relationship. And I told her, I say, man, why is he still jacking off?
Yeah.
If you're willing to give it to him when he wants. And y'all it's not just simple, but y'all doing foreplay. And I asked like, y'all do foreplay, y'all do extra little shit. She's like, yeah. I'm like, why is he still jacking off?
Do you think that women can keep up with men's sex drive?
Some women, yes. No. I believe so.
How many times, on average, would you say you think about sex a day? Like you get hard type shit. You're just being real about it. I'll be real. I'll tell you mine first if it makes you feel better.
Nah, I just gotta think about it because it really determines what I'm doing.
I'll tell you because I'm gonna be honest. I was talking to somebody about this the other day, or like a week ago, some shit like that. Probably for me, like 15 to 20, easy, like easy. And I'm tired half the day. I just told you I've been doing 14-hour days.
Okay,
Imagine if I had energy.
I'm not that up there, but I say
I also got high testosterone though.
From I wake up at 5 in the morning. I wake up at 5:45.
Okay.
So of course the morning time.
Like I said, you got two automatic. One before bed and then that wake up.
That morning one, and then I get to work and just be, because I work by myself. I work solo, so I don't work around people. And I get to thinking about it. But when I'm, like, throughout my day, I'm going to say about 5 times.
5?
I'll probably catch a hard 5 times a day.
Okay. You think a girl can fuck you 5 times a day?
Yeah.
Okay. Consistently 7 days a week?
No.
Okay then. So then, by your own admission, a woman can't keep up with your sex drive.
It's not the same though.
How so?
Okay. I'm getting.
And you're right. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Getting hard 5 times a day.
Can you fuck 5 times a day?
Maybe I can fuck 5 times a day on that first day. Then maybe that second day. But
listen.
no, well, I'm not gonna say that. That first day I might give it a run for the money. But the most I've ever honestly went, and I'm not even gonna
in a week.
In a week.
Consistent. Because I'm not gonna lie.
In a week consistent, no cap.
No cap.
No cap. 7 days. I could say about 25 times.
That's good.
No cap.
No, listen.
And
this is no cap.
Like,
look, no bullshit. I can tell you, God honest truth. Monday to Thursday, 2 times, mandatory. Like that I'm having sex. Again, when I wake up, because I gotta take care of that morning wood, and before bed. Mandatory. Bam, that's 2. 2 times 4 is what? That's 8, right? Then you got Friday. Again, I'm still gonna get them 2, but if we go out, I'm gonna get that getting ready. You know what I'm saying? That getting ready pussy. Because before you really start getting ready, I'm gonna push up on that thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That fresh out the shower fuck.
Yes.
To where you're like, I need to rinse off again and then get ready. So that's 3 now, okay? So now we got 8 plus 3. That's 11. Now you got Saturday and Sunday. If I'm off, no bullshit, I could fuck 5 to 6 times in a Saturday and a Sunday. That includes us taking breaks for water, Gatorade, and the basic functionalities of life, and maybe going out and doing some other shit. So that's 12. 12 plus 11 is what? That's 23 times, okay? Now again, that's my sex drive to where I've literally done this. Now, if we had sex every time I wanted to, no cap, it'd be closer to like 30. But now, I say that to say this though. A woman cannot keep up with a man's sex drive, but biologically it's supposed to be like that. I'm not saying that this is like a bad thing, bro. I'm just saying biologically, because look, as a man, right? When as men, your biological imperative is to have sex with as many women to spread your seed far and wide to help populate the earth. Whereas in a woman, bro, biologically speaking, she's supposed to find one mate, the best partner for her, so she can provide children. You know what I'm saying? And there's a reason only one woman can have one child, one pregnancy at a time. You know what I'm saying? And then that's usually why sometimes, most, not all, most women during pregnancy don't get horny. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a survival thing. You know what I mean? So biologically, women are not meant to get as turned on as men. You know what I'm saying? They're supposed to do their thing or whatever the fuck. And then women are usually satisfied with just, most of the time, 1, maybe 2 times a day. And like I said, there have been times where some women, they will go more and they'll go longer and harder and stuff like that. Like, especially if it's in the beginning. I notice, especially in the beginning of a sexual relationship, women tend to want to please their man more, so they want to go more.
Yeah.
But that fades off a lot quicker for women to where they're fine just going 2 to 3 times a week. But where your shit don't go down like that.
The reason I say it kind of differ because I've had it to the point where, okay, yeah, we have sex 3 or 4 times in this day. It's spread out through the whole day, but we have sex 3 or 4 times through this day.
Yeah.
Now, The next day we do that again.
Uh-huh.
Okay, day 3 comes, like I'm feeling it still. Like I'm that. Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
When you get hard too much, you feel that.
But do you think she's still feeling that? Like, no bullshit. If you've been fully sexually satisfying her every time, right, them first 2 days, because again, this is just my thing though. A woman cannot keep up with a man's sex drive because again, bro, as a man, you can go 2 to 3 times a day. You know what I'm saying? On a consistent basis, maybe with one break in the middle. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I have literally gone 2 to 3 times every day on a consistent basis. I'm not tired. I'm still horny. Like, you turn me on, I can continue to fuck you 2 to 3 times a day. Whereas in women, again, that will be sustainable for a period of time, and then after that, they'll be like, no. Like, hey, I'm tired. My head hurts. I'm on my period. You know, because that's another thing we didn't take into effect. There's usually like a week there where, again, some women get very turned on during their period, where they're like, I want to fuck this blood, period, don't stop nothing but a sentence type shit. And then there's other women that they're like, don't shake your head at me. And there's other women that are like, I'm on my period, I do not want sex whatsoever. Because I know there's certain women that like, 2 days before their period, they're extra fucking horny. And then that period hits, and your shit is dead for like a 4-day period, and then after, they go back to like regular. So that's why I'm saying, bro, biologically and physically, women can't keep up with a man's sex drive. And again, that's fine because you're not supposed to. You know what I mean? I'm not like saying it like it's a bad thing, but it is what it is. And so that's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's a big ego hit to women to when a dude can't maintain an erection or maintain wanting to fuck her consistently. Because she's like, I think women know this, right? Because let's be real, how many times do women say all the time, like, God damn, all my dude wants to do is fuck. Like, all the goddamn time. You know what I'm saying? And they get fed up with that shit. They're like, man, I'm tired. Or like shit like that. So now the time that she does want to fuck, and you can't even keep it up, she's like, this is some fucking bullshit. Yeah. Right?
And like I said, told my friend, she cried about it because she took it as a big ego hit. Like, what, I'm ugly? What, you're not attracted to me? What is it? And for it to be on a constant basis is her thing. Like, she told me, I don't even want to get it started or attempt to let you start doing anything with me because I know we're not going to finish.
Yeah.
Like, maybe out of 10 times, he completes the task once.
Oh, wow. Well, that's terrible.
That's terrible. And
he's got room, like, addiction.
That's what I had to tell her. Like, man, it's his mental state. At the end of the day, it's his mental state. And I don't know. Because, females be like, oh, you got a very high sex drive because you was away in prison. But so long. No, you should have known me before then.
Like, yeah. Dude.
I was the same way before then. So, it's just how I am. Like, especially if I'm with a female.
It's how a lot of men are.
If I'm with a female that I care for, that I find very sexually attractive, I can have sex.
Now, like, if we didn't have to work,
every time he get hard, I'm
like, it's on.
Yep. Once he go down, okay, give him a second.
Is it 4 or 5 times?
Back.
You give me like a 3 to 5 minute break in between. Really, we could just keep going. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying though. But man, have you noticed? I don't know about you, but because you have brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have brothers also. And have you ever seen? I mean, not only that, also, from prison. Have you ever seen a motherfucker try to give up like jacking off in porn, bro? They're like a real life like a fiend, bro. Like, they can't even be around it because they're like itching and shit. They're like, oh fuck, I want to jack off. And I'm like, bro, like, people don't think about it because again, most people don't give a fuck about men's problems. But like, jacking off in porn is a real fucking problem, dude. Like, it's crazy too. Again, just the level of the problem it is. Because again, it causes all these other problems that a lot of dudes don't think about. Because again, it makes you a little bit more socially awkward because again, when you go out, you're like, I don't really have to hit on women, bro. Like, I'm gonna be good. I can go jack off. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like I said, when men sometimes are in relationships and they go out, like with their boys, I think their mindset is different because they're like, oh, my girl's at home type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could go home and I got some ass waiting on me. It's not really a big deal for me to talk to women tonight. And it's that same mindset though. If all you do is like jack off and shit like that all the time, because you're like, it doesn't matter if I get laid tonight because I'm going to go home and I can just pull up Pornhub and literally pull up millions of women and I can look up a specific one that looks exactly how I like. And I can look up a video of her doing the exactly the dirty, disgusting thing that I want to do to her type shit.
And it worked.
Yeah.
But like you said, it hurts, like you said, because at the end of the day,
It's an ego trip.
With men trying to fight, get past that, that's a hard task.
Oh yeah, it's tough.
Especially like I said, coming with us doing time, we know how some dudes are. Like when I say photo albums,
listen, Jack Shots is a legitimate business.
It's a legitimate business.
For
Y'all
people,
don't understand.
Yeah, for people that don't know what Jack Shots are, so they're photo stills of porn stars, usually in a certain position and stuff like that, to where they cover them in tape and plastic so that way they can masturbate by themselves.
And when I say,
and it's a booming business. Boom.
Hundreds of pictures to the point where it's photo albums stacked.
Like no bullshit. I would say that Jack Shots makes more money in prison than cigarettes.
Yeah. Only thing that compared to Jack Shots is tone.
Yeah, really, that's it. Which is like synthetic marijuana.
Yeah.
So, yeah, because I mean, you remember there was that minute for a while where allegedly I was selling cigarettes for a minute, and I remember I was making like decent money. But do you remember? I think it was I can't remember if it was. I think it was a white boy. Do you remember he was selling like Jack Shots because his girl used to send them to him, and like they had a system down to where he could literally get them every time. Like he was getting like 20 Jack Shots per time. And then, plus you can order them from shit. And so he was getting like tons of Jack Shots, bro. And I remember thinking like,
Twist.
Bro, yeah, Twist. And I'm like, bro, you always have so much shit. Where I'm like, I have to work extra hard to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even extra hard. It's just that I'm taking a bigger risk. Let's be honest, they take those photos, bro. They throw them away. But each photo costs you maybe like 3 cents in the free world. Like I get caught with these, allegedly, cigarettes. I'm in a lot of fucking trouble.
In a case.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that shit's fucking wild. Which, by the way, speaking of which, talking about prison, I had the craziest dream the other night. So tell me why. So, for those of y'all that don't know, when me and TJ were in prison together, we were a trio, actually. There was 3 of us. And, like, anytime you caught...
Shout out to Frank Nitty.
Shout out to
ATX02.
Yeah. Anytime you would catch any one of us, the other 2 were not that far away. Like, we were always together type shit. And yes, he is black. Don't ask me why, but black people like him. And second, nah.
I don't know if he was Mexican.
Look, if you think that gives me more proud, bro, that means I'm a white boy with sauce. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, I remember, so I had this dream, right? And it was so crazy. It felt so real, too, which was the crazy part, right? So I have a dream, and it's you and me picking up Nitty when he's getting out, right? And we pull up in 2 whips. And you and me pull up in my truck, right? Well, I pull up in my truck, and then you're in a Challenger behind me, okay? It's like a cocaine white Challenger with black racing stripe right down the middle. And he's like, okay, I see y'all boys doing it, blah, 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 we catch up, whatever. And I'm like, shit, that Challenger's actually you right there, my boy. And I'm like, and he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, boy, that's you right there. Spain Block Productions that took off, baby, Block Talk, shout out. And so it was just crazy, though, bro, because like I said, bro, because, again, Nitty's not a very emotional person. You know how he is.
Yeah.
So
Super gangster, young thug,
hard as rock, boy. I got no emotion. Only pies got feelings.
Yeah.
So yeah, and in my dream, that's when I knew it was a dream. Because at first it felt all real. He started crying when I saw the car. I was like, oh, this is fake. Which is that nigga? It's terrible. Like you're a fake person.
Yeah,
but no, yeah. So in my dream though, he started crying, and I was just like, and then I woke up and I was like, bro, like, that really legitimately felt like the best fucking feeling. Cause I'm like, I don't know about for you, bro. I remember what it felt like to like first come home and walk to that corner store and just the whole thought in my mind. I mean, after of course, obviously like, oh man, I'm free. This is great. This is an amazing feeling. All of a sudden, you start thinking like, damn, bro, I gotta get a job. I gotta get a car. I'm gonna bills to fucking pay. Like, how am I gonna be paying this shit?
Yeah, before that came into the play, I used to take my corner store was literally 3 minutes away from my house. It took me an hour. It took me an hour because I was so happy. Like, I did 8.5 years.
Yeah.
So to finally come home, yeah, my mom had to go to work. Everybody had to
House
do their thing. So I'm stuck here on house arrest for my little 100+ days out there. So I'm like, I can walk outside.
Yeah. Which is crazy feeling,
yeah,
like, to be able to go outside whenever you want.
Yeah,
That's wild.
to really even think the fact that I couldn't do this for the longest, but now I have the freedom to walk outside without,
or to change the TV without having to ask the guard. That was wild. That was wild.
Really just have free range at the food. Just go to sleep and not worry about getting woke up
with the lights being turned on.
IDs check, and like that was my great feeling when the first morning I woke up.
You know what blew my mind? Because when I first got locked up, Netflix wasn't like a streaming thing yet, right? So it was like they would send you the DVDs in the mail. So when I first came home, they had these streaming services like Hulu and Netflix and this shit, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I think that
to me that blew my mind.
Redbox was still.
No, yeah, Redbox was. But no, that's what I'm saying though. Like that was around then, right? But we didn't have like streaming services where you could like download an app on your TV and like you have access to thousands of movies. Like that legitimately was the first thing that I saw that like blew my mind. Where I was like, "Oh shit! Like what is this?" Because I remember also when I got locked up, I think Facebook had just started, but it hadn't really took off yet. So when I came home too, and there was like Facebook and Snapchat and all this shit, I was like really just technology blew my mind. Where I was like, this is like crazy, bro. Like it legitimately, and that's why now I don't really have social media, but because we miss like that big boom type shit.
And people tell me that all the time.
And they tell me all the time I'm missing out. I don't really feel like that.
I was always big on technology before I went, so the technology is not too. It's fascinating, but it wasn't just the big shot to me. The simplest thing was the biggest shot we spoke last week, Cash App.
Oh yeah.
Cash App was the biggest.
Cash App, Zelle, like Venmo, that shit.
Because I came home and I got family. You know, for people who don't know, I'm from California. So my family is spread all through California. I got family in San Antonio, Austin, Vegas. I got them spread out. Yeah. My immediate family and a few cousins are only out here. Yeah. So my family like, oh, I got some money for you. I'm a Cash App.
They're like,
what is that? Yeah. They're like, oh, we're going to see you some money. And then my little brother, my baby brother, who's 7 years younger than me, had to really put me on game about technology.
Yeah.
He was like, go to the Cash App, set it all up, get you a card sent here. Give everybody this name. So when they do, and I'm giving people this name, and it's $30, $100, $200. Then I'm like, I can spend this?
Yeah.
They're like,
this is vital, yeah.
Yeah, this is like
in my hand, yeah.
This is like a card. This is like your debit card, your debit card. So I'm like, what? And then I got my card, and I'm at the store looking at some money on my phone, like, and it says it's there, but like,
is it gonna work?
Yeah, and I swipe it in it, boom, and I see right then I refresh. Yeah, I'm like, cause man, this shit is crazy. Technology got so wild.
Yeah, because when I first got locked up, bro, I think the iPhone 4 was like the popping thing. Like I got locked up right before the iPhone 5 came out.
So like 2011, 12.
Yeah, right there. So that like blew my mind. So like I said, I came home and I remember, I think it was my dad. Oh yeah, my dad. My dad was like, hey, if you give me like $200, I'll buy you the new iPhone. Which at the time I think was like a 7 Plus or an 8. No, it's a 7 Plus. And I remember I gave him $200 and he got me the 7 Plus. And that shit blew my mind, son. I was like, the fuck? Like, I did not remember iPhones like this. You know what I mean? Like, with all the apps and technology. This is how crazy it was. When I got locked up, bro, Vine was like popping. Like, that was the shit. So I came home, I'm like, let me download Vine. Like, that shit.
See, the last iPhone, that's why I know the year. Siri just came out.
Yeah.
Siri was my last phone. Yeah. Siri was just hot, and I got arrested as soon as they dropped Siri. I think it was the 4S or the 5S.
Yeah.
I know it was either the 4 or the 5, but that dropped in 2012. I got locked up July of 2012. So I seen it, but I didn't know what it was like. I didn't mess with it.
Yeah.
Now you come home, everything is Siri.
Yeah.
Everything is whatever the other woman name is.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah.
All that shit, and it's like, you don't have to do nothing. You can come in your house and clearly say, lights on, TV on, run a bath water, lock the doors, refrigerator, what do you have in it? Touch the stove and it all turns on, like all this shit. And I really think it's gonna be a downfall.
I mean, think about people that are working from home, right? You really never have to leave your house for anything, bro. Think about Uber Eats, DoorDash. You don't gotta leave your house for food. You don't gotta leave your house for groceries. You don't gotta leave your house for nothing, really. If you really wanted to, bro, and it's really creating a society, I think, where socializing is not really becoming normal, and it's making motherfuckers weird.
And that's what I'm saying.
I also think it's not good for your mental health either.
And that's what I'm gonna say. It's bad that America is allowing. I like the access that they're giving us.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you said, if somebody do that so much, if something happens to the point where all the technology and certain access we have shuts down, they would not know what to do.
Think about it. Also, not only that, if you never step outside, right? How long would it be for somebody to find you? If you never step outside and you don't really fuck with nobody, say you don't go out, you ain't got no friends, the only friends you got are like online, but they don't really know who you are because you can be anonymous.
Yeah.
So it's like they might send you a DM and be like, hey, where you at? Hey, where you at? But you ain't never gonna answer because you done passed away.
Real location.
Yeah, exactly, bro. That's, to me, that's wild. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
And
Wait, but to go back to the dream real quick, because I forgot. But yeah, the reason why I thought about that and when I woke up and it like hit so heavy on my mind was because I was like, bro, to me that would be the greatest feeling to give that to somebody, to take off one more stressful thing. Because let's be real, if you could get somebody a car when they came home, that would be a major thing. I remember when I came home, bro, my mom used to have to drive me everywhere, or my brother would like take me to a couple spots if he wasn't working. And I don't know just how shitty that kind of felt. Which I mean, I definitely appreciated all the rides, and you know, it was like cool of them to do that. But I remember thinking, well, like, fuck, I'm kind of a burden. Like that's how you feel. You're like, I'm a burden, really.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, and I had the same thing. I came home, you know, I had to go to meetings, I had to do the classes.
Yeah.
So it was like, hey, mom, I gotta be at this class by 6. Well, she don't get off till 5:30.
Yeah.
She works 45 minutes away. So now it's like she's trying to get off work, rush here to get me over here, and that's canceling out what she has to do.
Yeah.
And
fucking up her day.
Yeah, and then parole don't care. Hey, be here at 12.
They give no fun.
So now I gotta find a sibling that's not working, and you know, all my siblings has kids.
Yeah.
So it's like that, okay, can you, and I end up getting blessed after I got my license with a car.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best, but it got me from point A to point B, and that's all they said. Hey, this for you to get to work,
Yeah.
this for you to get to your classes, this for you to do your meetings.
Yeah.
But I felt like a burden to people who was helping me, even though my mom told me later, she's like, man, we talked about this before you came home, that we're going to help you throughout this little time frame till you get on your feet. And it didn't take me that long, but me going to class or me waiting outside my class, like, damn, like, where you at? Then you come and you be like, I gotta go do this, I had to go leave from doing this, I still gotta go handle this. And I'm sitting there like, well, you would have been able to do all that if you didn't have to pick me up.
Yeah.
And that, it like...
And like I said, let's be real. And then you kind of feel like, not like they're resenting you because they're your family, so they obviously don't resent you, but you can also tell like it's stressing them out too. They're like, fuck, I gotta change my whole motherfucking, like, shit that I was gonna do to be fucking with your ass type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Make sure you right so you don't get in trouble.
That's why I'm not gonna lie. When I first came home, I took 2 weeks off, right? Where I told my mom, because mom was like, what are you gonna do? Blah, 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 blah. Because I first moved in with her, like, into an apartment. And I remember telling her, I was like, listen, no bullshit. I was like, there's so much happening out here that's fucking me up. Give me like 2 weeks. I said, if you give me 2 weeks, I said, after 2 weeks, I'll find a job. I said, but I just want 2 weeks of where I can just relax, wake up whenever the fuck I want, don't got no responsibilities. Like, I just need to clear my head type shit. And like, just kind of learn about this whole new crazy shit going on. And I did that, bro. And she was cool enough to give me 2 weeks. And then, like I said, after like a day and a half, I found me a job. But that 2 weeks to just kind of get settled, where, like I said, I didn't get off on parole. Unfortunately, the state said you want to do all your little old time, which I did. So after my 5 years, I came home and luckily I didn't have to do parole and none of that.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think I also scared myself more because you also hear all this shit about like, damn, bro, it's hard for a felon to get a job, blah, blah, blah. Which, by the way, I noticed that is a very big victim mindset, bro. There are jobs fucking out here. The problem is, a lot of motherfuckers think that they're too good for a certain type of job. Like I said, bro, I was a stock boy. I did construction in the middle of fucking summer. Which, by the way, I'm pale for a reason. I burn, I don't tan. So I'm getting sunburned like on the weekly, son. Like, I might have skin cancer. We're not going to talk about it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm taking these fucked up jobs, bro, where I used to ride on the back of the trash truck, where I would come home every day smelling like literal sewage. But I know I had to pay these bills, and you know, I always told myself, I'm like, bro, I want to pay my mom back one day, where I don't want to be a fucking burden on her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like I said, bro, now I never had a problem working hard. But like I said, that's why that dream meant so much to me, is to where I'm like, and one day, you know, I'm gonna look back at this, and then when we're able to meet you outside and get you a car when you come home, you know, hopefully, you know, God bless us in this company taking off, we'll be able to help you out with that small thing, bro. At least, to me, that's what I would want to do is get you a car. But even if, like I said, we don't take off to that level of where we want to, we're going to have something nice for you when you come home, bro. Because, again, just anything to help take off just a little bit of stress when you come home, bro, like, makes a world of difference, man. And, like I said, I know y'all like to think that we assholes and don't give a fuck about nobody, but, like I said, man, I ride for mines. I don't give a fuck. And, like I said, bro, prison, I know a lot of people haven't been to prison and, you know, they can't really understand what we've been through, bro, but it's really a traumatic experience for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
And to make genuine friendships to where I found two people to where I consider like brothers, like to the point where like I tell people all the time, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna lie, TJ's late to fucking everything. And people tell me, bro, why is he late to everything? That's a terrible friend. He was on time today. He was on time today. Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday,
He was
I
on time
was
today.
here for 2 hours.
I didn't want no damn.
Okay, in my mind,
It was 45 minutes.
In my
The man
mind,
was here
I
45
could have went
minutes.
home, watched TV.
You could have.
I could watch right now. I don't know if y'all seen it.
Or you could have went out and you could have networked and found customers. But we're not going to talk about that.
Why would I go work? Anyway, listen. I don't know.
That's why I'm worried about the company. But anyway.
Double Cross is a great show. Shout out to Double Cross, whoever created it. Don't know who you are. I could have been watching Double Cross.
I don't know.
But no, I was sitting in the stereotypic parking lot of Popeyes because it was Tuesday.
Now look, I didn't make him eat chicken. This is 2 days in a row he's had chicken and he's blaming me. I don't know why.
So, and yes, I was, Tuesday chicken.
But anyway, regardless of that, I'm saying to meet two people, again, in this very traumatic, fucked up situation where, like I said, man, I don't want to get too deep into it because it don't really matter. But
on another subject.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll talk about it another day if y'all really want to hear about it, where we could just go down through there. But like I said, to find two people that you consider brothers in a place where it's very traumatic and very on the edge all the time, and you can find people that you can just laugh and have a good time with and kind of escape for a little bit, is legitimately a great feeling. And to be able to, like I said, hopefully when he comes home, be able to bless him with something like how my family was able to bless me and how TJ's family was able to bless him, and we can just pay that shit forward. Because we're not heartless and soulless, man, like you think.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a great wrap up for this week's episode. Blokk Talk. Like, subscribe the video on YouTube. For y'all people on audio, on Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere you find podcasts that we're at. Like, tell your friends about it. Tell them how misogynistic assholes we are. Yeah. And we'll see y'all next week.
Comments, questions, let us know.
Oh yeah, you can either DM us directly on Instagram at cementblock_productions, or leave a YouTube comment, and or you can hit up TJ directly at DA_Honcho HONCHO 59 on Instagram. Peace.
Alright, y'all gonna get another view of this dumb shit he was talking.
It's not even dumb shit, bro. Don't be shit like that. First off, that shit is dope. Why you hating, I don't know. Look at that, bro. Come on, son. First off, look at that. Them's the Cinco de Mayos right there, and they glow in the dark.
I don't know what that means.
You don't know Cinco de Mayo? You racist fuck. Anyway, look at that, bro. Come on, tell me that Joker ain't throw it, bro.
Man, look at this stuff.
Come on, son.
Look at this. And he's 30.